Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Canada Winter Games coverage here of the Women's Hockey Tournament. I'm Mike DiStefano. I'm going to be your play-by-play announcer. Zach DeWeird, he'll be doing color commentary for this one. And this one's between the Northwest Territories and Nova Scotia. This is a qualification game. Winner moves on into the medal rounds, and the loser will move into the placement rounds. Should be a pretty good matchup here in a crossover. These two teams haven't played each other yet, though.
Yeah, it's exciting that we finally have these games that actually really do matter. The winner goes on to the medal round. The loser will go down to the consolation side of the bracket. And these two teams, Mike, like you said, have not seen each other before. Northwest Territories were in the C group, meaning the bottom four teams from last Winter Games, while Nova Scotia was in the top tier of teams. And we saw in the men's competition, both of the lower seeded and the top tier groups did move on to the medal round, but Northwest Territories has had a solid tournament so far, so don't be surprised if they pull off the upset today.
Northwest Territories able to get it out, going back for it is McNeil. Gets over to her defensive partner, Lawrence.
And the two starting goalies for today, unsurprisingly for Northwest Territories, it will be Jamie Clough, who has a 2-1 record in this one, and for Nova Scotia will be number 29, Deanna Fraser, who's played 2 games in this one, lost them both to Ontario and British Columbia.
Coming in with the puck now for Northwest Territories is Katie Hart. Lose it to Catcher. Catcher, she'll take a shot on goal. That one goes wide of the net, picked up now by Nova Scotia. In they come, in over the blue line. Gray trying to get it in deep. Penny tries to feed Gray, unable to do it. Gray centers it out in front, and McDonald trying to get it out. Kept in at the line. Denny around the boards, getting it is Smith. Smith takes a shot on goal, and that one doesn't quite make it towards the net. And Catcher going to flip that one out of bounds, so we'll get a stoppage here, and looks like she's going to get a delay game penalty on that one.
Yeah, initially Taylor Catcher didn't know that was a penalty, but clearly a penalty actually flipped it up in the defensive zone. No one near her, so that's going to be going to the box. One thing that Northwest Territories has done extremely well in this tournament is that they have not let in a power play goal yet. So far they are 5 for 5 on the penalty kill, and as you say, that 5 for 5 in 3 games is pretty good, being a very disciplined team as well for Northwest Territories.
Bent with the puck. Shot on goal, and that one gets steered wide. Bent trying to keep it at the line. She does. Burbage out in front, tipped in front, scores! It's not perfect anymore. Tipping that into the back of the net. I believe that was Kyla Bent, or perhaps it was actually Amy O'Neill. Her second goal of the tournament puts Nova Scotia up 1-0.
Yeah, Amy O'Neill, the Glace Bay native of Nova Scotia, putting that one just inside the post, that time on Jamie Clough, but that time the pass by Mallory Thornhill on that far side board, right on the tape of Amy O'Neill, and put her right where she had to put it. And that is what led to this 1-0 goal for Nova Scotia on the power play. And yeah, Mike, like I said, that penalty kill for Northwest Territories is not perfect anymore, as a quick power play goal scored by Nova Scotia.
Assist number 21, Mallory Thornhill, and number 26.
So Mallory Thornhill and Landon Pitts getting the assist on that power play marker.
As we have a quick second, I'm going to mention how both these teams got here in this tournament. Nova Scotia, they are 0-2-1 in this one. The overtime lost their second game to Alberta, and they lost 5-1 and 8-2 against Ontario and British Columbia, respectively. Northwest Territories lost to Prince Edward Island in the first game 4-0, and then turned it around, 4-1 win over Newfoundland, and a 7-1 win against Yukon yesterday afternoon.
Garnett up top for McNeil. McNeil, she takes a shot on goal, doesn't quite make it though, ends up behind the net. Burbage trying to get it out. With it now is Earl. Walsh with it at the point. Walsh, she takes a shot, doesn't quite get any air on it, and it gets knocked out of the way. Walsh gets it right back though. Puck in deep, going back for it here now is Wenham. Wenham unable to get it out. McNeil with a shot. Ends up getting blocked out in front, though, and Northwest Territories finally able to get it down the ice.
A good clear that time by Northwest Territories. They're going to have to get some momentum in this one. Not really any offensive zone time yet in this game, and that's really where they need to be if they want to have any chance of winning this game. They need to be here early, as they really need to press the pace of this game. They're better when it is a fast-paced game, and certainly Nova Scotia is controlling that pace right now.
McLean losing handle of the puck. Taking it now up the other way, and she's just going to dump it in and chase after it. Was Catcher. Getting to it first, though, is Smith. Smith for Nova Scotia gets it up to Hill. Tiffany Hill in over the blue line and loses handle of it, trying to regain the zone, and Northwest Territories coming around the other way. Here comes Northwest Territories. It's Kaya Vale with a shot on goal. Stop there made by the netminder, Deanna Frazier. Nova Scotia trying to get it out. Stopped up at the blue line. Battle ensuing along the boards. About 3 or 4 players battling for it, coming away with it. There is Nova Scotia, and that's going to get backhanded out into the Northwest Territory zone. 15:30 remaining, Nova Scotia up by 1. A power play marker from Glace Bay's Amy O'Neill.
Yeah, and if you weren't with us, that pass that time by Mallory Thornhill right on the tape of O'Neill to set that one up, and she was able to tuck it right past Jamie Clough, who has had a very solid tournament in this one so far. Has faced a lot of shots and has really backstopped Northwest Territories to a 2-1 record.
Gray out to take the draw against Wicks. And looks like the linesmen are going to switch up positioning, and the other one's going to come in, drop the puck. Gray unable to win the draw. Wenham gets it. Able to flip it down the ice. And looks like that's going to go all the way down for an icing call, so we'll bring it back into the Northwest Territories end.
And there are only 2 games going on today in the Canada Winter Games, the women's hockey division. It's kind of a break for most teams as we head into the medal round starting tomorrow. The other qualification game that is going to be similar to this one will be New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. That game is currently at the downtown arena.
And New Brunswick currently leading that one 1-0. PEI so far able to clean sheet the C division. New Brunswick, though, with a 1-0 lead there, just like Nova Scotia has a 1-0 lead here over the Northwest Territories. Puck in the corner. Denny trying to get it loose. Wicks with it. Gets her pocket picked. Up at the point now, Thornhill ends up running into her own player and kind of loses handle of it. Looks like Bentz may have got away with a bit of a tripping call there. Puck up for Thornhill. She's going to backhand it down the ice and looked like she was going to go out for a change, but Kaya Vale able to get to the puck quickly, not allowing her to do so. Puck sent down. Walsh in for it. Tries to get over to Pitts. Pitts back to Walsh. She'll use the boards to ring it around. With it now is Thornhill. Thornhill gets it up the boards. Vale knocks O'Neill off the puck and not able to get it out. It's kept in at the point by Walsh. Puck not coming loose here. And finally it does, but only for a moment. Linesman telling the girls to move it. They finally do. And coming out with it at center ice, Walsh ends up with possession for Nova Scotia. Pressured by Catcher. Nice move off the boards, but unfortunately wasn't able to get past Vale. That puck gets flipped down the ice. Chasing in after it is Garnett. Vale gets to it first. Vale around the boards. Carroll chasing in after it. Earl sends it all the way down the ice, so that's going to be another icing call here. So we'll get an offensive faceoff for Nova Scotia in the Northwest Territories end.
Yeah, another icing call from the Northwest Territories as, again, another dump puck. Is just no pressure this time on the Nova Scotia end, as we've seen all game long. 7 minutes in and one shot on target, but it certainly was not one that Deanna Fraser had to worry about. So Northwest Territories not getting anything going so far in this one. They're going to need to really set something up and get on the power play, draw a penalty, even just dump it in past the center line. Just don't ice the puck and get some pressure somehow in the Nova Scotia end.
Yeah, Nova Scotia still looking for their first win here at the tournament. They did lose to Alberta in a close one, 4-3 in a shootout. That was on day 2. But so still looking for that first W, and they want to get it here so that they can still be in contention for a potential medal. Puck sent down the ice by Vale, and icing's waved off. Getting to it now is Smith. Shot taken by Wicks, and an easy stop there by the netminder, Deanna Fraser.
Mike, you said this all tournament long that you're going to have to shoot low on a lot of these goaltenders, specifically Jamie Clough, but also Deanna Fraser, as you're going to try and crash the net to get those rebound opportunities. That one just too high. An easy save that time for Deanna Fraser. She'll cover that one up and have the face-off towards the right.
Able to get it out now. Smith up for Lawrence. Chasing after it is Hill. 4 bodies battling for the puck. It comes loose. Grabbing it is McDonald. Back down low. Centering pass. Shoots. And that one gets blocked in front. And another block there. And getting in front of that one is Maggie Burbage. It's Regan Bolger. Thornhill loses handle of the puck, and Nova Scotia is going to have to retreat. Thornhill dishes it off to Hill. Hill, centering pass back to Hill, give and go, rebound, scores! Not too sure who got the last whack at it. Looks like it might be Lawrence, as she's going to lead the charge in the celebration. So Ellen Lawrence with her second goal of the tournament puts Nova Scotia up 2-0.
And Mike, I believe it was about a minute ago that I said you got to get rebounds on Jamie Clough. You're going to put one in the net, and that's certainly what happened on that one, as the rebound right off for right pad. A good passing play initially started. I think it was Thornhill who got the first shot, bounced off of Clough's right pad and right to Ellen Lawrence, who scored the lone goal in Nova Scotia's loss to British Columbia yesterday. So another goal for Ellen Lawrence will give her tally to 2 goals, and another big goal for Nova Scotia. Now they are up by 2.
Tiffany Hill, time the goal, 8 minutes, 35 seconds.
So Tiffany Hill given the assist. I thought maybe Thornhill.
I would have thought so too. It looked like they have a bit of a passing play going. Maybe double assist on that one that the scorer's keeper just missed on that one, but I'm pretty sure Thornhill was involved in that play.
I would have given Thornhill the secondary assist on that one, but the scorekeeper's electing not to. But we'll give her the credit for starting that play off. Penny tries to drop it back for Denny. Puck lodged up against the boards once again. This time it's Taylor Catcher. Coming away with it, though, is Denny. And it comes loose, and Earl rings it around the boards, trying to keep it in at the point of Smith. She does. And then that shot goes right off McDonald and back out of the zone. McLean, she'll dump it in. Getting to it is Bolger. Bolger kind of getting sandwiched and falling down there, but still able to get the puck to Wenham. Another battle on the boards for the puck. O'Neill coming away with it. Burbage with it now for Nova Scotia. McLean trying to get down low, asking for the backdoor pass, and Burbage with a shot. That one goes off the side of the net. Burbage picks it up once again behind the net. McLean going to the net. McLean one-timer, stopped there by Clough. Burbage keeps it in at the point. Stick handles around Webster. Still with it. Over into the slot, backhander by O'Neill. That one rolls through the crease. Burbage picking up the loose change in the corner. Bulger able to strip Burbage off the puck, gets it up to Webster, but McLean pinching in to keep it deep in the Northwest Territories end. Centered out in front, and poke check there. Smith with it.
Big clear that time by Northwest Territories. Those bodies were tired as they were skating around their defensive end for about a minute as Nova Scotia had relentless pressure into the Northwest Territories zone. So big clears on that is really what can help your team gain some momentum in this. But Nova Scotia, again, will bring that into the zone. But another clear bar Northwest Territories. I think that may be a theme in this game, Mike.
And that puck's going to come all the way down to the end for an icing call, so we'll bring it right back to the Northwest Territories. And Nova Scotia is seemingly all over them here this last little bit. Up 2-0 and keeping some good pressure here. Looking to book their ticket into the quarterfinals. Draw one by Nova Scotia. Bent. Over for Thornhill. Tries to feed it down low, can't connect on the pass. Vale picking it up for Northwest Territories. Around the boards for McDonald. She's able to finally get it down the ice. Chasing in after it and getting to it first would be Bent. Plays it off the boards. Tipped up to Duggan and not able to handle it, but Nova Scotia getting possession with it once again at center ice. Flipped down by Walsh. Bulger tries to get it out to center. Chasing in after the puck is Garnett. Flipping it down the ice is Catcher. Only gets out to about center. McLean with it now. Or I believe that's McNeil, actually. Walsh with it behind her own net. McNeil to McLean. Back to McNeil. Nova Scotia trying to get it out of their own zone. They finally do, but he only gets it to about the opponent's blue line. McLean sends it back to McLean and unable to get a stick on that one. Hill out in front. Backhander, rebound. A couple of good chances there for Nova Scotia. Earl able to get it out, but picked off again, once again, at center ice by Nova Scotia. McLean, give away to Earl. Earl can't get it out. Maddie Webster able to finally get it out, but only gets it to center ice, and then Catcher getting the stick right in between the legs of Smith, so she's going to get a penalty here, and Nova Scotia going back to the power play.
That's twice that Taylor Catcher has drawn the penalty, and twice that Catcher thought that she could just find herself in her team's bench and fool the officials, but twice the officials have been correct on this one and getting her before she goes to the bench. And Nova Scotia scored their power play goal, their first goal of the game, very early on in their power play that stopped that Northwest Territories run of 3 straight games without a power play goal scored against them. And Nova Scotia having a very strong power play. It was their 4th power play goal of the tournament.
McLean feeds it to Burbage. Burbage, the Nova Scotian captain, back to McLean. McLean, she'll take a shot through traffic and easily able to gobble that up as the netminder for the Northwest Territories.
Yeah, good save that time by Jamie Clough, and she certainly has been busy in this one. Already 11 shots against her. She's made 9 saves, and one thing that she's done very well throughout the tournament is limit those rebounds. Unfortunately, on that second goal, she wasn't able to do that.
Actually, it looks like it's not even Jamie Clough that's in goal, so the Northwest Territories only brought 1 goalie to this tournament, and currently in net is number 29, no nameplate. So in between the first and second, we'll have to go down and ask the coaches exactly who the blank number 29 is.
We're giving Jamie Clough a lot of credit, but Jamie Clough isn't even on the bench, it looks like, either.
Now, she played all 3 games so far in this tournament, so maybe she just needed a breather after playing 3 straight days.
And she's made over 100 saves in this tournament as well. She has faced a lot of pucks her way.
Shot, and that one gets blocked by Wenham and sent all the way down the ice. Good job. Killing off some time here. 54 seconds remaining in the power play for Nova Scotia. Pitts for O'Neill. O'Neill already with a goal here tonight. Gets it over to Burbage. Burbage tries to walk out in front. Her shot goes off the side of the net. Leonard around for Carroll. Carroll's going to put it around the boards, but McLean's there for Nova Scotia. Plays it back up for Burbage. She fires it in front, and that may have gotten blocked. Rebound, scores! What a shot! An unbelievable goal there. Madison Gray just fired it off the rebound from the slot. It's now 3-0. That's 2 power play goals for Nova Scotia. They're really looking to advance here in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Maddie Gray, the Hammonds Plains native of Nova Scotia, coming on that near side board. The slap shot, blocker side, high blocker side as well. Passing on that rebound, nobody near her for Northwest Territories, and Maddie Gray makes Northwest Territories pay on that one.
You see Taylor Catcher coming right out of the box and goes towards the unknown goaltender and gives her a tap on the pads and says, sorry about taking the penalty there. My bad. I'll try and get that one back, as she did try to get it back there, but fanned on the shot.
Yeah, Taylor Catcher has been on the box twice already, and twice Nova Scotia have scored on the power play. So one thing I mentioned is that Northwest Territories has been extremely disciplined in this tournament. They've only given up 2 penalties once. In the other game, they'll give up 1. So let's see if they can continue that trend and stop that going to the box, as that's certainly going to be a necessity if they want to get back in this game.
Gray tries to get it up to Denny. Can't handle it and sent back down. And not going to be an icing. Bent with it now. Chasing in after it. Northwest Territories able to get it out. It's Dakota Earl, but not able to get past McDonald. Up to Garnett. Garnett leaves it for Duggan. Duggan tries a centering pass. Nobody there but Kaya Vale, and she takes it away. Giveaway. Puck at the point for Smith. Smith, cross-ice pass, her defensive partner McNeil. She takes a shot on net. Pad save made by the netminder. Garnett. Back up top for Smith. Back to Garnett. She works her way out in front. She takes a shot. That one goes wide. Duggan. Shot blocked in front by Vale. Not able to get it out. Kept in once again by Smith. McNeil. She forces her way in. Unable to make a move. And here comes Webster. Already with 2 goals in this tournament. Webster comes in. Shoots. Oh, what a good stop there made by Deanna Frazier. Her first real big save of this game.
And it's tough for Deanna Frazier to come in cold, as she has not faced a whole lot of high-quality shots. That's certainly being the biggest one, as you said, Mike. And Abby Webster is Northwest Territories' goal scorer of this team, and a great shot that time by Webster, but an even better save.
Lawrence has McLean going to the net, unable to feed it to her, blocked in front by Wenham. Lawrence tries to stick handle pass. Wenham does, but Wicks able to get the puck off her, but can't clear. Kept in by Thornhill. She takes a shot, tipped in front, goes wide. Bent fires it, and that one's going to get stopped and gobbled up by the goaltender. So 3-0. Nova Scotia leads this one with 2:33 remaining here in the first period.
Yeah, big save that time by the Northwest Territories goaltender, although there was nobody really in front for Nova Scotia. So she saw it all the way, able to gobble that one up and to let her line mates go off for a change, as another tiring shift as Nova Scotia continues to control the pressure inside the Northwest Territories zone.
Burbage over for Walsh. Walsh just able to keep that in by maybe an inch or two, but Nova Scotia unable to hold the line anyways. Back around, McLean. Pitts tries to feed Burbage, but not able to handle that pass. So they'll have to kind of retreat. McLean over for Walsh. O'Neill up for Burbage. And Vale able to take the puck off her stick and clear the zone once again. McLean in over the blue line with possession. She fires that one. Good blocker save made by the netminder. McDonald tries to escape past a couple of Nova Scotian players. She's able to do so. Gets in over the blue line. Here comes McDonald. Tries to work her way out in front, and poke check there by Frazier.
Yeah, good play that time. Number 25, Kyra McDonald, who's younger sister, Mackenzie McDonald, is actually on this team as well. Both of them played in the Arctic Games where Northwest Territories was able to get a silver medal in this one, but a good play by McDonald, but a great save by Deanna Fraser.
With the puck now is Kara McLean. Over to Smith, in over the blue line, back to McLean, and Wenham able to get a stick in there to break up the pass. Puck up along the boards, able to jarring it loose though and come away with it is Webster. Webster tries to get past Smith, but can't get past Lawrence. So Lawrence able to get it back down, and almost too many men for Northwest Territories. They may have got away with a penalty there. In the final minute here in the third period, in the first period, Nova Scotia up 3-0. Puck flipped down the ice. Going in after it and picking it up now is Thornhill. Thornhill gets it back. Over, intended for McLean, and that's going to go the distance, and that's going to be an icing call. So finally, Northwest Territories is going to get an offensive zone face-off. We'll see with just 20 seconds left if they can try and muster up a chance here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the first or maybe the second one time that Northwest Territories has had some time in the offensive zone, and it's because of an icing call. There hasn't been a whole lot of things going right for Northwest Territories, but 20 seconds is more than enough time to get something going, but they lost the face-off, and Nova Scotia is ready to head up the ice once again.
Giveaway there to Hart, and shot in front by McDonald. Good stop there made by Fraser. Fraser committed to Cornell University in the United States, joining one of their elite NCAA programs, and that's going to do it here for period number 1. 20 minutes in the books. Nova Scotia looking to book their ticket to the quarterfinals. They're up 3-0 after the first.
Yeah, very solid period for Nova Scotia, and if you watch really any of the period, you would know that Nova Scotia is by far the better team in period number 1. 17-3 are the shots in favor of Nova Scotia. And this one, a couple of power play goals and an even strength goal by Nova Scotia is where we are heading into the first intermission.
And join us back here in about 15 minutes for periods number 2 and 3. Hello and welcome back here for the second period between Nova Scotia and the Northwest Territories. I'm Mike DiStefano doing the play-by-play. Zach DeWeer taking care of color commentary. How'd you like that first period there, Zach?
Well, if you're a fan of Nova Scotia hockey, you really did like that first period. 3-0 the score in favor for the team in blue, as Northwest Territories really had to suffer a lot of pressure in their own end after they gave up 17 shots in that first period, only 3 on number 29, Deanna Fraser, for Nova Scotia.
If you're the Northwest Territories coach, what are you telling them in the dressing room to try and come back fighting hard here in the second period?
I would say just keep on getting the puck past the red line, just try and skate that out. They're not doing a very good job of using their speed. They have some speedy skaters on their team and just not allowing them to use those players to the best of their ability, although Nova Scotia is doing a great job of keeping the puck in the Northwest Territory zone. So it's just a matter of getting the puck out and getting your offense going a little bit. They've had some very good offensive days. They scored 4 against Newfoundland, 7 against Yukon, and then they're really just not doing anything against this Nova Scotia team.
Hill drops it back for McLean. That shot ends up at the side of the net, banging away at it, and it's loose out in front. Finally comes up to the point to Smith. McLean with it in the corner. And that one comes all the way down the ice. Getting to it is her sister, McLean. So the McLean sisters, Ella and Kara McLean, both out onto the ice for Nova Scotia. Ooh, and looks like she blew a tire there, and Northwest Territories able to get a shot on goal. Quick stop there by Deanna Fraser. And really quickly, just want to mention that we noticed that it wasn't Jamie Clough that was in net. In fact, the unnamed goaltender that we were referring to earlier is Rebecca Bridges. So Rebecca Bridges is the starting netminder for the Northwest Territories here in this one.
And Mike, you were saying that Hockey Canada actually will assign a goaltender to a team that does not have one coming into the tournament, or a second one coming into the tournament, as Northwest Territories did. So we want to thank Rebecca for really filling that void for Northwest Territories.
Centering pass out in front. Penny with a shot, scores! Nova Scotia keeps it going here in the second period, scoring just a minute 29 into the frame and extending the lead to 4-1 here. And I believe that was, couldn't quite see the number there, Ashley Penny.
Ashley Penny, the Cole Harbour native, got a centering pass right in front of the slot, and Rebecca Bridges, through traffic, could not see the puck. She tried to raise her blocker to find it, but she could not see it whatsoever. Great shot by Penny to find that seam, and there's just no chance for Bridges. Too many buys in front, and Penny took advantage.
Assist number 9, Aaron Denny, time to goal, 1 minute 29 seconds.
Puck sent all the way down the ice for an icing call. And that was kind of something that plagued the Northwest Territories in the first period. Just kept icing the puck, and Nova Scotia was able to just keep applying pressure that entire first period. Predominantly why we have an 18-4 score shot clock here.
Yeah, when you have the puck inside your own defensive zone, or when the other team has it in your defensive zone, it's just so tough, as you want to dump that puck in and play it as if you're on the penalty kill and dump that puck in, go get your change. And now it's going to be a longer change for both teams, as it will. The benches are on the opposite side of their defensive zones. So Northwest Territories is just going to be tired if they keep on icing that puck. And of course, when you do ice the puck, you have to stay on the ice, which is another factor in this one. And we really do want to see Northwest Territories pass it amongst themselves in the defensive zone and build the play up from that D zone. They just not being able to do that. You see another clear the puck. Doesn't look like that one's going to be icing, but the referees will raise their puck. Maybe it will be. It did have the distance to go, and another ice by Northwest Territories.
4-0 here for Nova Scotia, 17:43 remaining. Winner moving on to the quarterfinals here at the 2019 Canada Games. Northwest Territories have never made it into the quarterfinals, so this will be the first time that they have, if they're able to come back from 4-0.
Yeah, their best and recent finish was 11th place in 2015, 12th place in 2011, and another 11th place finish in 2007.
Pass out in front. Shot taken at the side of the net there by McDonald, and it looks like it's kind of lodged up, and finally McDonald able to poke it loose off the back of the net. Ends up getting the puck stripped there, though, by Duggan. Here comes Nova Scotia in over the blue line. Well, looks like Nova Scotia may have got away with offsides there. Just seemed like she was a little bit ahead of the play. Aviatum. With it now is Ella McLean. Tries to get up to Garnett. Adam with it now. Long stretch pass. Tries to get it up to Duggan. She'll just tip it in and go off for a change. Going and getting it first is the Northwest Territories defenseman. Lawrence plays the puck down with her stick. Sends it back up top. Smith. She takes a shot on goal. Stop there made by Bridges. Coming loose, McLean tries to put it in deep. Coming out front, Lawrence. She tries to receive it back. Up to the point for Smith. Smith will throw it into the corner. Lawrence going in after it. Centering pass. Nobody there. Going to be taken away here by Leonard. Leonard. She'll dump it in and go off for a change, but I believe once again going to get caught on the icing. Just one or two more strides and she would have been good.
Yeah, another just mental lapse that time by the Northwest Territories. Like I said, teams who are just getting dominated in the zone want to just dump it as soon as possible. Now, and like you said, a couple strides away, and there's nobody really near. She could have maybe afforded to take those couple strides and go to the bench, but instead of going to the bench, she'll go all the way back towards her own defensive end and have to take a draw.
And off the icing, shot taken there by Denny. Bent unable to keep it in. Leonard with it now. Leonard and Penny coming up with the hard forecheck, able to get the puck up to Gray. Gray, she's got someone going to the net, but a good stick there, knocks it away. That was Wenham. And Denny trying to sneak one past the goaltender, but another good stick there by the Northwest Territories. I believe it was Bulger. Thornhill going back for it in her own zone. Earl back in there on the forecheck. Earl plays from her knees, tries to centering pass out to Webster. That one gets picked off, and coming away with it now is Nova Scotia. Can't get past Vale, but Vale, ooh, and running into each other there was Vale. And Kyla Bent. Nothing coming of it, though.
Yeah, it looks like just to be incidental contact. But Vale and Bent just did not know where each other were on the ice and knocked each other down. Vale certainly wasn't happy about it. She was right on top of Bent when it happened, but like you said, nothing happening.
Catcher strips the puck off of O'Neill, but then can't do much with it. Nova Scotia able to get it in deep. Vale going in after it for the Northwest Territories. She's got a little space in behind the net, waiting to find someone to give it off to. She finally does. Up to Hart. Hart crosses in over center ice and dumps it in. O'Neill chasing it after the puck. Trying to get past the defender, but not able to do it. Bulger does a good job getting it back into the Nova Scotia zone. Fleming, centering pass in front. Earl not quite out in front of the net yet, and that one gets put all the way back down into the neutral zone. Bulger sends it in deep. Fleming will chase in after it. Coming out to play it, though, is Fraser. McNeil to Pitts. Pitts gets it up to Burbage. Burbage, nice move to get around Bulger. Burbage, she takes a shot. Think that one off the stick of Wenham. Getting in the shooting lanes there. And that one's going to come all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off, so coming out to play it now is the netminder. Kept in by Leonard. Leonard tries to play it off the boards. That one gets taken away by McLean. McLean gets it back and is able to get it out to Avi Adam. Adam in over the blue line, loses handle of it though to McDonald, but kept in by Smith. Smith, she fires it. That one goes wide. Getting to it now is Garnett. Garnett, she takes a shot. That one goes off a body and wide of the net. Adam picks it up in behind the goal.
There's way too much space in the middle of the ice in that Northwest Territory zone, and we're going to see another penalty against Northwest Territories, it looks like. It will be the assistant captain, number 16, Kaya Vale, heading to the box to sit for two or less, and the way this game's going, it likely will be less, or likely it has been less the last 2 penalties because of 2 penalties. The last 2 penalties against Taylor Catcher, and they both ended up being goals for Nova Scotia. 2 for 2 in this game for Nova Scotia.
And Kaya Vale, a tough one to take that one. One of their top defensemen or top players on this team, really, and to have her sit in the box for 2 instead of out here trying to kill off the penalty. Tough for Northwest Territories. Nova Scotia able to win the draw. With it now is Walsh to Lawrence. Lawrence out in front, not able to pull the trigger. Walsh tries a cross ice feed, and that one gets picked off by Hart and sent all the way down the ice. Coming out to stop the puck is Frazier. She'll give it up to her defenseman, Walsh. Walsh gets it up to McLean, in over the blue line. She's got Hill going to the net. McLean stops up. Nova Scotia getting set up here now. Around the net for Hill. Coming in to help her out there is McLean, and she's able to get the puck back. Up to her sister, Ella. Cross ice to Walsh. Back to Lawrence. Lawrence takes a shot. Blocker save made there by Bridges. McLean with it at the point. The McLean sisters doing some good job passing the puck around here on the power play. Just 40 seconds left here.
The whole Nova Scotia team is doing a very good job of passing it amongst the power play, but great job by Northwest Territories getting in the way of the shooting lanes, as that shot is a good blocker save by Bridges. But like I was saying, everybody getting a touch on the puck before they take a shot, it seems.
Lawrence and calling for the puck. There is McLean out in front. Oh, unable to tip it in is her sister. Lawrence picking it up. Ella McLean calling for it again, back door, and can't feed it through a swarm of bodies. And finally, Northwest Territories able to get it out, and that'll allow him to change. Walsh gets it up to Burbage, tips it over to Lawrence, and just offside. Lawrence got a little bit too happy. Nova Scotia a chance to come in 3-on-1, but just over the blue line by a hair. So a big break there for Northwest Territories.
Like you said, a massive break that time for the Northwest Territories. There's going to be a 3-on-1, and a pretty long 3-on-1. There's nobody really near Burbage at the time, but like you said, Lawrence a little bit too excited, and now the faceoff will go all the way on the other side of the neutral zone.
And with just 6 seconds remaining here in the man advantage, Northwest Territories pretty much all but killed it off. Burbage has it, ends up giving it up though. We're back to 5-on-5. Kaya Vale coming back out onto the ice. And that one's going to come all the way down. Kaya Vale going to be able to pick it up, and then, blows a tire and goes hard into the boards. Maybe she hit a rut or maybe tripped over the puck there. But Northwest Territories and Vale's going to be offside here as McDonald brings it over. Checks her skate to see if maybe she chipped her skate or the blade fell off, but
yeah, that's certainly not something that happens very often for the assistant captain of Northwest Territories, Kaya Vale, who actually won the ESO Cup as the Midget National Championship in Canada. So a big accomplishment for Kaya Vale. She did that with the St. Albert Slash in St. Albert, of course, in the Edmonton metropolis area. So Kaya Vale is traveling for hockey a long time. It's 13 and a half hours from her hometown of Northwest Territories.
And another icing will be charged to the Northwest Territories. 10:33 remaining here. Nova Scotia nursing a 4-goal lead. Winner looking to move on into the quarterfinals.
And Mike, do we know who the winner will be playing in the quarterfinals? Is it confirmed yet?
Yes, the winner will be playing British Columbia, and the loser will play Newfoundland in a placement match.
Okay, BC, a very tough team to play, but Nova Scotia has impressed me in this one as well. I think that they actually have played each other. BC did take down Nova Scotia 8-2 in that one, but I did see a couple highlights of that game, and Nova Scotia had some moments of brightness, and Northwest Territories hopefully can get back into this game and give themselves a chance to play BC in tomorrow's quarterfinal.
Wenham with it, trying to get it out over to her captain, Webster. Webster's got a man on her. Wenham tries to poke it loose. She does. Coming down the ice, McNeil gets to it in her own zone. Able to feed it up to Gray. Hart able to get it for Northwest Territories. She comes in over the blue line. She's got Taylor Catcher with her. Catcher tries a centering pass, shoots, and a good stop there by Frazier.
I think that hit the post, Mike. That hit was right off the side of the net, off the post by Kyra McDonald. Looked like had a shot right in the slot, and a great opportunity that time by Northwest Territories.
Here comes Gray already with one rebound and covering it up, very awkwardly covering it up, maneuvering her leg over her other pad just to cover it. And, well, as long as you get the whistle, I suppose.
I'm not going to lie, I don't know if that puck was ever actually covered under anything. I saw the puck pretty clearly as Bridges was almost laying on top of it, and not certainly how she would want to cover the puck. She had it with her glove and lost track of it and had to make another quick save. But Bridges, like you said, doesn't matter how you do it, it's the fact that she did get the whistle.
Yeah, most people like to use their glove, but she likes to use her skate to cover it up, apparently.
And now Bridges without a stick, it's a bit of a risky play to get the stick now, and she's looking at it for sure, but she is now stickless in the goal.
And her defensive partner, Vale, able to push her stick back towards her. Adam tries to stick handle through the entire team there. Wasn't able to get a shot off. Finally, Northwest Territories regain possession in their own zone. But once again, Nova Scotia gets the puck right back.
Yeah, Avi Adam is a offensive talent on this Nova Scotia team. Is 2 years younger than the whole team, only 14 years of age, is already committed to Cornell, although she won't be starting until 2022, joining her team, Deanna Fraser, in net.
As American College, they really start scouting at such a young age, and they try to lock up this talent. And you take a look at, we've called a lot of games here so far here at the Canada Winter Games, and a lot of these ladies already locked up and committed to a bunch of universities all around Canada and the U.S.
Oh, absolutely. And on this Nova Scotia team, especially as we have Ellen McCain going to the University of Maine, a very big hockey school, Robert Morris, University of New Hampshire, Carleton University in Canada, some players staying north of the border, and Nova Scotia is certainly a hockey talented province, as you see in this one. 4-0 they lead over Northwest Territories.
Fleming able to get the puck out, bent back for it right away for Nova Scotia. Dishes it to Thornhill. Here comes Nova Scotia on the breakout. Coming in over the line is Hill. Hill with a shot, goes off of Bulger's skate and wide of the net. Lawrence able to pick up the loose feed. McLean, backhand shot, nobody in front. Able to get a backhander off was Hill, but right there to make the stop was Bridges once again. Out in front for Hill. Hill with a shot, scores! Tiffany Hill adds to the lead here for Nova Scotia. It's now 5-0, 7:37 remaining in the second.
Yeah, Tiffany Hill right in front of the slot, and a great pass by number 6, Ellen Lawrence, right to Tiffany Hill of Falmouth, Nova Scotia. And she is not going to miss those opportunities. Nobody near her, and right in front as she sneaks that in between the body and blocker of number 29, Rebecca Bridges of Northwest Territories. A 5-goal lead now for Nova Scotia after that goal by Tiffany Hill.
A 5-goal lead, goals scored by 5 different players.
Number 27, Tiffany Hill.
And that's certainly encouraging going into a quarterfinal that you can balance that scoring out against a tough British Columbia team if Nova Scotia is to make it to that game tomorrow, which they certainly are on the right path to doing tonight.
Numéro 27, Tiffany Hill. Assistée par numéro 66, Madeline Walsh. Et numéro 6, Ellen Lawrence. Temps de vie, 12 minutes.
So Walsh and Lawrence getting the helpers on that goal. And Walsh has the puck in her own zone. Gets the puck kind of lodged up into the official skate, and here comes Northwest Territories on 3-on-2. McDonald centering pass. Oh, Dakota Earl not able to get a piece of it. Or excuse me, that wasn't Earl, that was Catcher. And she doesn't miss that too often. She's got a couple of goals here in the tournament. One of the more lethal players here for the Northwest Territories.
And I think the linesman is thankful that didn't come into anything, as Nova Scotia would have been a little upset as it backed off the linesman's skate, the clearance pass. and it went right to Kyra McDonald, who made a good pass, and Taylor Catcher, like you said, does not miss those very often, but it bounced off her skate and went to the boards.
So the Northwest Territories with a rare offensive face-off. Dakota Earl in to take the draw against O'Neill. And O'Neill able to win it back for Nova Scotia. McNeil tries to dump it in, only gets it to about center ice though, and then that one gets fired in by Bulger. May have hit a stick of one of the Northwest Territories players that was kind of leaning over, so we get a stoppage. And that'll allow a line change here.
It looks like it didn't hit anybody, as the faceoff will be on the Northwest Territories, and it just elapsed that time by Bulger, flipping it a little too high and went right into her team's bench.
Coming in now is Penny. Penny in over the blue line. Crashing in is Gray. Wasn't able to get to it though. Bulger gets to it first. Around for Wenham. Giveaway in the defensive zone now. Out in front, Denny with a shot. And didn't quite make it to the net. Blocked in front. And once again, that one going to end up into the benches. That time it's going to be right in between the benches.
It looked like Northwest Territories had some numbers heading into the Nova Scotia zone, but a good stick that time. It looked like it was number 11, Mackenzie McDonald getting number 11, Abby Adam of Nova Scotia getting the touch on that and forcing it into the bench, and another face-off, this time in the Nova Scotia zone.
Vale picks the puck up at center. In over the blue line. Vale with a shot on goal. Steered away by Fraser. Picking it up now and coming away with it is Smith. She gets it up. In over the blue line is Adams. Adams to Duggan and not able to get a good shot off there. That's taken away by Catcher. Up to McDonald. Catcher gets it back into the Nova Scotia end, but quickly gets taken out here. Skating back in over the blue line here is Garnett. And shot there from Adam, and that one goes wide. Walsh trying to keep it in at the point. Unable to do so, and it's a 2-on-1. Earl, she's got her Captain Webster with her. Earl tries a good chance there. Maybe was trying to get the rebound and allow Webster to crash in, but quickly Nova Scotia able to clear the rebound before Webster could get a chance.
Yeah, Mike, I was actually about to say the exact same thing, as it looked like it was a great defensive effort, and putting her stick down was number 12 of Nova Scotia, Nicole McNeil. No way to get the pass to Webster, although Webster is the intended target. Hit it off the left pad, and a good defensive save that time by Deanna Fraser, forcing it inside the slot instead of where Webster was trailing.
Just kind of shows you the hockey sense that some of these ladies do have here in this tournament.
Oh, absolutely, and a lot of hockey sense, like you said, on both sides, and that one especially, but just a great save by Fraser to force that into the slot.
And Wicks gets it in for McDonald, is going to chip it in. McLean going in after it for Nova Scotia. Just 3:50 remaining here in the second period. Nova Scotia up 5. And Vale gets taken out here, and doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty. Don't see any arms up. I think that was Tiffany Hill who kind of took her for a ride into the boards. Puck in deep into the Northwest Territory zone. It is pinned up along the boards. 4 players battling for it. Finally able to get it loose is Bulger, but McLean pinches in to keep it in. Able to keep it in again. But it comes right to Vale, and tricky, skating that right through the crease, and a giveaway there to O'Neill, but unable to do much with it. Bulger able to get it down the ice, and it looks like that one might come down for an icing call.
It'll be another long shift for Northwest Territories, as there was a lot of pressure in their own end by Nova Scotia, and that time you did see Kaya Vale go right through their crease, and a very few amount of skaters would have the coach's permission to do that. And if any, I would say, but nonetheless, it'll be a Nova Scotia chance now as they have the puck inside the Northwest Territories end.
And that Thornhill shot ramped up the stick of Fleming and up into the netting. 2:53 remaining here.
Nova Scotia coming into this tournament as often considered a very mediocre team, a team that can cause some issues, but never really a team that you have as your maybe money favorite in this one, as their best result, 5th place in 2003. Their last result in 2015 was a 7th place finish. So they often get to the quarterfinal game, but they often lose that quarterfinal game. And let's see if they can turn that around this year. They have to make it to the quarterfinal, currently at 5-0.
Back up top for Bent. Bent, that one goes wide of the net. Picked up by Burbage. Burbage, he turns and fires wide once again. Pitts picking it up behind the net. Now with it is O'Neill. O'Neill give away to Carroll, and she's going to try and put it around the boards for Fleming, but picking it off is Pitts, and once again she'll put it around the boards. Getting to it is Burbage. Earl able to send it all the way around the boards and down the ice, and that gets out to about the Nova Scotian blue line. And then Earl going to send it in again, and looks like we're going to get a too many men call here, as coming out onto the ice was Wicks.
That's what I thought the call was too, but it looks like 5 white jerseys are coming out to play. So no penalty on the call. Maybe just the puck went into the North Territory bench as the bench was opening up. That would be my guess, but we can't see. We don't have a great vantage point here at the Centrium.
Kind of look like too many men to me, but c'est la vie. Play goes on. We'll play some 5-on-5. 1:45 left here in the second period. This one kind of been all Nova Scotia so far. They had the puck deep in the offensive end, tries to walk out in front, gets the puck knocked off her stick. Here comes McDonald now. McDonald in over the blue line, catcher going towards the net. McDonald, that shot goes wide. McNeil around the boards, getting to it is Penny. Penny feeds it to Denny. In over the blue line, Denny with it on her backhand. She takes a shot, rebound, and making the stop there was Bridges. Picking up the puck at the side of the net here. And McDonald gets her pocket picked by McLean. McLean, she takes a shot, rebound out in front, and Bridges finally able to locate it, and she'll hang on for the freeze.
Yeah, that play all started because Kyler McDonald was not able to get her head up at the right time. She had catcher making a skate up that far side board, just could have backhanded that right to catcher. Instead, she had her head down, got her pocket picked in. Again, Rebecca Bridges has to bail out her teammates and makes that big save in tight on the Nova Scotia attack.
Face-off won back by Earl. Wenham around for Carroll. We're in the final minute here in the second frame. Carroll trying to get it out, kept in at the point, but only momentarily. Finally on a second chance, Northwest Territories get it back into the Nova Scotia end. Here comes Nova Scotia once again. Adams with a shot, and a good stop there made by Bridges.
Bridges had to be sharp on that one as another slap shot from Adam streaking into the zone with a lot of speed. He had some space, but he likes to go with the clapper, and a good save by Bridges, reaching out that glove and kind of swiping, going on the backhand. And a lot of goalies prefer that glove side, and when they can use their glove, they always do.
Smith for Garnett. Smith keeping it at the blue line. Adam with it once again. She'll cycle it down low. Garnett not able to get to it first. It was Wenham. Trying to get it out was the captain. Shot there by Garnett goes wide. Just 14 seconds remaining here in the second period. Fleming picks up the loose puck. She'll just dump it in and go off for a change. McLean going back for it. Webster chasing in after her. And that's going to do it. The final seconds ticking off here for period number 2. Nova Scotia adds a pair here in the second frame, and they'll take a 5-0 lead into the third period.
Yeah, Nova Scotia played another solid period, but I want to talk about Northwest Territories, how they did play a better second period. Obviously, on the score sheet, they gave up one less goal, but there's some moments of encouragement in their game as they had a couple scoring chances, and one of them actually did go off the post. A Kyler McDonald shot hit the frame of the goal, and another 2-on-1 that just did not go their way. So some moments of encouragement and some moments of times of where you can build off of that and hopefully get at least one on the board and easily or slowly make your way back into this game, they got to take this one goal at a time, as they certainly have a big mountain to climb.
That's right. They got 20 minutes left to come back here on Nova Scotia. Down by 5. We'll be right back in about 14 minutes time for the third period. Here between Nova Scotia and Northwest Territories in the 2019 Canada Winter Games.
That gets you something.
Hello and welcome back here for the third period of this one between the Northwest Territories and Nova Scotia. Once again, I'm Mike DiStefano doing the play-by-play for this game. My good friend Zach DeWeer doing the color commentary, and 20 more minutes left. What are you expecting here in this game?
I'm going to expect a lot of the same so far. Nova Scotia is clearly the better team in this one. I mentioned heading into the break that Northwest Territories built on their first period where they gave up 3. They only gave up 2 in Nova Scotia. And another big thing is that they stayed out of the box for the most part, as Nova Scotia has 2 power play goals in this one, both of those coming in the first period. And Northwest Territories did have some opportunities. They had a 2-on-1 and a breakaway that were turned aside, and they hit the post as well. But Nova Scotia right on the rush once again, and they will get another great opportunity. Shot number 31 in this one.
Yeah, Rebecca Bridges getting in her first game action after Jamie Clough took over for all 3 games, and she's getting quite a bit of rubber thrown at her here in her first game. McLean gets it up to Hill. Hill tries to feed Lawrence in the slot. Lawrence with a shot, didn't quite make it through. Vale doing a good job getting her skate in the way. McLean back around for Lawrence. Lawrence still with it. Poke check by McDonald, but McLean able to get to it. Vale separating her from the puck. I know Kai Vale has kind of a slender frame for some of the ladies here at this tournament, but she is ferocious on the puck, and she separates a lot of players off of the rubber.
And it's a great quality to have as a defenseman, that you're not scared to get in the play, you're not scared to be physical. Of course, there's no body checking, but everything she does is a clean hit, is a clean play in hockey. And like you said, she's done a lot of stick checking and a lot of clean hitting, we'll say, in this one, and she's done a lot for this Northwest Territories defensive line that really does have to get involved. They have a couple of good defensemen in their lineup that really need to get involved on the rush, and Kyle Vale is certainly at the forefront of that.
She's a right-handed shot defenseman. I'd probably call up Kyle Dubas and try and get her in the lineup. That's grit right. And right-hand shot, but she's a lefty, so that's not what's gonna get them ticking. Puck sent in deep, going around, getting it back in her own zone is Bulger. Back around for Vale. Vale skates with it through the neutral zone, gets over center ice and dumps it in. Coming out to play it is the goaltender, Fraser. Thornhill tries to get it over to O'Neill. Chasing after it as well is Webster, but O'Neill smartly getting it back to her defenseman. Thornhill turns to get away from Earl, able to get it to Burbage. Burbage, the Nova Scotian captain, with it now, crossing in over the blue line. Burbage with it on her forehand. She'll stop up, gets it up top to Smith. Smith, cross-ice pass to McLean. McLean back over to Burbage, unable to handle that one on her backhand. She'll take a shot and doesn't quite make to the net, blocked by Wenham, and Earl comes up with the puck. Earl not able to get past Smith, and here comes Nova Scotia. 3-on-2 shot from the point there by the captain for Nova Scotia, but a quick and easy save there. Rebecca Bridges will hang on.
Yeah, you saw Burgess take that slap shot, and maybe if it was a tighter game, she may have had a different plan in mind on that one. She took a quick shot trying to catch Rebecca Bridges off guard. She had players going in for the rebound, elected to shoot high, and Rebecca Bridges will glove that down.
Able to keep it in at the point is Walsh. Down low for Garnett. Garnett, looks like she just wasn't able to handle that pass as cleanly as she hoped, and ends up getting the puck taken off her stick. Centering pass broken up. Here comes McDonald in over center ice. Chips it in past McNeil and skates in after. She gets to it first. Once again, McDonald with it behind the net. Leaves it. Tries the centering pass. That one taken away by Garnett. Garnett able to leave it for Duggan. Duggan gets it over to Adam. Duggan heading right to the goal. Adam with it on the forehand. She whiffs on a shot attempt at Bridges. Steers it into the corner. Bulger trying to get it out. Kept in at the point. Catcher using the boards to finally get it down the ice, and that allows Northwest Territories to get some fresh legs out there. Long stretch pass, and Adam just able to get a piece of it, so that's going to negate the icing. Allows Adam to go off for a change as well. Giveaway there by McLean. Here comes McLean. Coming in on the backhand, has someone going to the net, not able to connect with Hill. Smith trying to keep it in at the blue line and unable to do so, says the linesman, so we get a stoppage in play here.
Yeah, great opportunity for Nova Scotia once again. Tiffany Hill making that crash to the net, but that pass just behind her from Carmel Klein, excuse me, as that pass, like I said, just behind her, in between her legs, and that could have been a quick goal for Nova Scotia in this period, but they're certainly not hurting for goals in this one.
McLean in over the blue line. Shot on net and gobbled up by the goaltender, and she'll hang on to that one. We'll get another quick whistle. 15:39 remaining. Nova Scotia still with a 5-0 lead.
It looked like Karen McLean was a little upset about that shot, as I think she wanted to get it off the pad, instead got it a little bit too high and able to glove that down was Bridges, as she had a couple teammates trailing for the rebound, and that was certainly the plan on that one.
McLean in to take the draw against Earl. Earl able to win it, but Nova Scotia gets the possession. It's Lawrence with it now. Ellen Lawrence out in front. Puck still sitting out in front, but finally cleared away. Webster able to get it past the defenseman. She'll send it down the ice. Fleming chasing in after it, as is Lawrence. Around the boards for McLean. McLean to Hill, but then stopped up at the blue line as they tried to get it out of the zone. Bulger not able to skate through a couple of Nova Scotian defensemen, and away comes Nova Scotia now. Lawrence going to cross in over center ice and send it in. She'll go off for a change. We'll get some fresh bodies out here. Gray with it now, already with one goal here on the day. Over to Penny, unable to handle that pass though. Hart loses handle of it. McNeil up to Penny. Penny and Denny out on the ice for Nova Scotia. Penny tried to cycle it back, but it looked like the official got in the way of that one, and it allows Northwest Territories to get it out. Walsh finds Gray. Gets it over to Penny. Penny still with it on the backhand out in front, and Gray unable to get the stick on that one. And looks like going into the net was Denny, so we're going to get a delayed call here. Finally, Nova Scotia touches it. So Northwest Territories heading to the power play, and it's going to be Erin Denny of Escazoni. So she'll go to the box for 2 minutes or less, and this will be a good chance for Northwest Territories to try and get back into this one and get themselves up on the board.
Yeah, they have had some success on the power play, specifically yesterday against Yukon, where they went 2 for 5 with the man advantage, 1 for 5 against Newfoundland, and 0 for 1 against Prince Edward Island. So in the past few games, they have gotten some power play goals, and this would be a perfect time to get one if you're the Northwest Territories.
Not the way you want to start that one, allowing Nova Scotia to clear the puck. Here comes Vale. She gets stopped up at the blue line trying to take it in. Dakota Earl will try and take it in herself. She does. Leaves it for Fleming. Back down low for Earl. Earl centering pass. That one gets taken away by McLean. Up to O'Neill. McLean gets it back, and she'll just send it all the way down the ice. 1:20 left to go here in the penalty. Vale. Backhand sauce over to Catcher. Vale picking it up. Over for McDonald. She's got Wicks going to the net. Drops it off for Hart, and fans on a shot there, and here comes Penny. Penny shorthanded, 1-on-2 in over the blue line. Penny, she takes a shot, goes off a leg and wide of the net. Wicks gets it out to center. Walsh able to keep it in though. McNeil will send that back down in the Northwest Territory zone. Nova Scotia doing a pretty good job killing off their penalty here. Is this the first penalty of the game for Nova Scotia, I believe?
For Northwest Territories, I believe.
Their power play, yeah.
I believe it is their second. I want to say they had one in the first. I can't quite remember if I am correct or not, but Northwest Territories certainly has not had the chances that they had against Yukon. They had 5, and they had 2 goals in that game.
Wicks coming in all alone and gets a shot off, but a good stop made by Fraser. Vale receives the puck back up top. Vale, she takes a shot. Not on target. Wenham with it now. Backhands it over to McDonald. Back up for Vale, but unable to get there. Gray picks her pocket, and now Gray trying to outrace Vale, and Vale once again separating her from the puck. McDonald with it now. Back to 5-on-5. Earl, she'll take a shot on goal, steered into the corner by Frazier. Thornhill tries to feed Garnett, and she will get to it. Here comes Garnett. Garnett with a shot and scores! Aisling Garnett from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia adds another. It's now 6-0 with 11:49 remaining. Nova Scotia looking to advance here into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was Regan Balger who had the chance to clear the puck, and she put it right into the shin pad of Aisling Garnett, who says thank you very much, and puts one right on the glove side of Rebecca Bridges, and that makes it a 6-goal hockey game. That time Aisling Garnett, who will be attending Providence College in the fall. A great goal by Garnett, and that's the 6th player from Nova Scotia to put one in the net tonight.
Assist number 11, Abby Adam. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 11 seconds.
So Addie Adam has a goal and being given an assist as well here tonight. All right, stand corrected. Abby Adam does not have a goal yet, but does have a goal in this tournament.
I believe she scored the very first goal of the tournament for Nova Scotia in that, 5-1 loss over Ontario. Their lone goal in that game.
McLean tries to bring it in over the blue line, unable to do it cleanly, and we're going to get an offsides call here.
The Northwest Territories team does have a lot of chemistry, actually. I noticed that when I was doing a little bit of research for this game, they all played in the Arctic games, or all of them. This team did, and 11 of them on the team, 12 if you include Jamie Clough, was on the silver medal winning Arctic games that are really known for 9 countries, including Northern Alberta is one of them, Alaska is one of them, Nunavut, Northern Quebec is one of them, and Northwest Territories is really one of the better sides in that one, and the chemistry really did help them in the preliminary rounds, but just the speed of Nova Scotia is one of the things that I've really used as a factor in this one and why they're up to such a big lead.
McDonald over for Vale. Vale sends it all the way down the ice. Fraser coming out to play it. Hard around the boards. And it's sent back in by McDonald. McLean going in to chase after it once again. McLean. Pass up for Lawrence, unable to handle that one, but it does allow a defensive swap here for Nova Scotia. And a giveaway in the defensive end. Lawrence with it. Nice little move to try and work her way out in front, but once again, Kaya Vale there using her stick. Burbage trying to get some space. Burbage makes a nice move, shot on goal, and a stop there made by Bridges.
Yeah, another great move by Burbage, trying to circle her way around inside in the Northwest Territories zone and forcing Rebecca Bridges to make a good stop. And it looks like Northwest Territories already has their head down and calling this game lost, but there's still time left on the clock to get some excitement in them, get a quick goal in this. They could step this game right back up. 6-0 the score in this one, but even a couple chances their way and they could get right back in this game.
Burbage with it for Nova Scotia. Dishes it off over to Walsh. Walsh sidesteps Earl. Walsh back to Burbage, scores! Beautiful give and go there, set up by Burbage and Walsh. And Burbage able to get another one into the back of the net. Nova Scotia leads at 7-0.
Yeah, Burbage started that play and Burbage finished that play as Burbage and Walsh, like you said, a nice little give and go. Burbage coming into the high slot, passes it to Walsh. And one thing that I really like on that Nova Scotia team is that when they pass, they move to a different spot. It's just so tough for Northwest Territories to defend that. And Maggie Burbage will head right to the front of the net. Get ready for the slap shot, as she knew that Walsh was going to try and find her stick. She did perfectly, and Maggie Burbage will not miss those as right into the empty cage.
66, Madeline Walsh, and number 26, Landon Pitts. Time to goal, 10 minutes, 20 seconds.
Burbage once again into the slot, but Kyra McDonald making a nice play on that.
O'Neill able to pick up the puck. Pitts around for Burbage once again, being pressured by Hart. Burbage able to spin away from her. Burbage takes it out in front, and that shot goes high. Already got one goal, maybe looking for a second here. Burbage runs into Vale, but still able to get it over to Pitts. Pitts, she fires it. That one goes wide.
One thing that the refs didn't notice is that Vale, when she got down, she gave a pretty hefty hack back at Maggie Burbage. She got away with that one as that was a clear slash right on the shin guard.
I've come to realize that Kaya Vale is an uber competitive human being.
Yeah, when she goes down, she's going to make sure she gets the last whack.
Just a quick update here on the other qualification game between New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. New Brunswick currently leading that one 3-2. Just about 3 minutes left in that one.
A nice positional save that time by Rebecca Bridges on that time on number 17. It was Kyla Bent who had a good chance in the high slot, nobody near her. And Bridges squared after the shot and is able to freeze that one for another face-off. Nova Scotia now at 37 shots, so 30 saves for Bridges in her first game at the Canada Winter Games.
Puck loose out in front. That ends up at the back of behind the net. Leonard trying to get it out. Loses handle of it though. With it now is Denny. Across. Bent with a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Puck lodged up in the netting in behind the goal, so we'll get a stoppage in play here as they can't bang it off.
And that's one thing that I've seen a lot of in this game actually, is that the puck got behind the netting and the puck had to be frozen because nobody could grab it. And that's a different kind of distraction than we had Mike yesterday at the downtown arena. The nets were coming off of their pegs at least every 5 minutes. That's not something we've seen once here at the Centrium. So it's one of the arenas that the players would much rather play in is this one, and that's certainly one of the reasons, because the nets are firmly on their pegs rather than at the downtown arena where they seem to be coming off on the slightest push.
But the downtown arena is where the gold medal games are going to be held, and that will be on Saturday. So the gold and bronze, the gold one being streamed on TSN. The bronze will have it here with you. But once again, that'll be on Saturday. Bronze medal game, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. The gold medal game will be on TSN at noon Mountain Time.
And there are a lot of teams that are certainly in the running to get that gold medal. Mike, you and I had the chance to commentate that Quebec-Saskatchewan game yesterday, and for a time it felt like that I thought that Saskatchewan had a really good shot of taking down Quebec 2-1 after one. Quebec just too strong on that one. There's some really good groups that Nova Scotia, or really good teams that Nova Scotia had to play in this one. So really there's a good 4 or 5 teams that are really in the running to get that gold medal.
Walsh with it at the point. Able to keep it in and get it over for Garnett, but Garnett can't handle the pass. Coming in for it, though, is Duggan. Centering pass, nobody there, and that's going to come all the way out and back into the Nova Scotia zone. Going back for it is McNeil, and trying to catch Northwest Territories on a change. Here's Duggan. Garnett going to the net. Garnett unable to get the stick on that. Bridges may have got a stick on it, actually, to poke check it away. Garnett, 3-on-2 once again. Garnett elects to take the shot. Rebound sitting there. Oh, and a good dive and stop by Bridges. Garnett picks up the puck behind the goal. She gets taken down. No call made. Trying to get it out now is Catcher. And she finally does, but they are waiting for it was Thornhill. Thornhill give away to McDonald, but McDonald, puck skips over her stick. Lawrence chasing in for it. She'll get it first. Carroll pins her up against the boards, though. Lawrence with the puck in behind the net. McLean trying to keep it in. She can't. And it's back. Smith with it now. Almost giving it away to Catcher here. Up to Lawrence. She's got players going to the net. Hill and McLean both going towards the net. Out in front for McLean. Shoots, scores! And it just keeps on coming here for Nova Scotia. Kara McLean puts it into the back of the net. The Antigonish Nova Scotia native. And it's now 8-0, and they could smell the playoffs.
Absolutely. It looks like Nova Scotia will be heading to face British Columbia tomorrow. But that goal by Kara McLean, it was so tough for Rebecca Bridges to see, as McLean, once having her back towards Bridges, quickly turns around and fires out on glove side, and Bridges simply had to guess, and she guessed wrong on that one, and Karen McLean will grab another goal in this one.
That's now 8 different goal scorers here for Nova Scotia today.
It must have been Ella McLean that I'm thinking of that scored a goal in this game.
Ella McLean, nope, not today.
Then I've just lost. But Karen McLean, certainly a big offensive talent for this team, as is her sister, Ella McLean. Both of them are going to be heading to schools in the fall. It looks like Ella and Kara are going to the University of Maine, so a very good hockey school.
5:48 remaining here in this one. Coming out to take the draw is Earl and O'Neill. Earl able to win it. With the puck is Brooklyn Hellier. Celebrated her 14th birthday yesterday. We were able to give her a birthday shout out on the broadcast. Ooh, and a good toe save there made by Bridges. Earl able to get it out, but McNeil sent it right back in the other way. Wenham does a full 360 and then finally is able to get it out, but it's given up to Burbage. Burbage has Wenham on her, but Burbage still with control of the puck. Burbage just kind of playing with it, splits the defenseman there. Still with possession. Burbage out in front. And don't think, just kind of miscommunication there between O'Neill and Walsh, and able to get it out and down the rink is number 28 for the Northwest Territory, Sarah Fleming. Back to get it in her own zone. Minkoff up to Hart. Puck picked off there by Smith. Sent up top. Burbage stops it for Penny. McDonald able to get it up to Catcher. Catcher's got some speed, and Catcher throwing down her man. And doesn't look like she's going to get a penalty call on that one. With just 4 minutes to go, down by 8. Think the refs are going to let that one just kind of slide. As Denny takes turns and fires it. Blocked in front, though. Catcher tries to feed Emma Wicks. Wicks in over the blue line. She'll fire it. Doesn't make it on goal. Blocked in front. McLean tries to get it out. And playing it from her knees, able to finally get it out here and gets it up to Penny. Penny. Up top, Smith. Cross ice, giveaway there. Garnett with it now. She's got Duggan going towards the net. Wicks up for Webster. Here comes Maggie Webster. Loses handle of it, though. Smith with it now into the final 3 minutes here of this one. Webster picking it up in the neutral zone. She gets her pocket picked. Garnett has it for Nova Scotia. Coming in over the blue line here is Adam. Kept in, McNeil. Almost fell there. Able to keep her footing, though, but that allows Webster to get to the puck and send it out.
A lot of us would dream to be in these games for at least one event. Abby Webster is a trio sport athlete, as she has soccer and volleyball in the summer games to look forward to in 2021. She played in 2019 as well, and in the 2015 Winter Games for hockey.
McNeil intended for McLean. That one picked off by Hart. Hart, she takes a shot, goes off of Walsh and into the corner. Chasing in after it is Catcher. Northwest Territories would really like to get at least one up on the board. Don't want to be shut out here. Vale. And Hart was offside, so they'll have to retreat. Vale getting up to McDonald. Vale crosses in over center and sends it in deep. Chasing after it is Catcher. Thornhill able to get it, though, for Nova Scotia. Coming in with some speed here is Hill. Hill with it on the forehand around the net, tries a centering pass. Good stick there by McDonald. Or Wenham, I believe it was, actually. Battling forward along the boards. Comes over for McLean. McLean up top for Smith. Smith, she tries a centering pass. Nobody there. Hill gets to it. We're in the final minute of play here of this one. Nova Scotia really controlled this one right from the start. It's 8-0. They're looking to advance to the quarterfinals, where they will meet British Columbia.
Yeah, that'll certainly be a good game to watch, and all 4 quarterfinals will be good games to watch as Nova Scotia will be playing British Columbia. And I'm not quite sure what the other 3 are. I believe Ontario, Saskatchewan is a game to look out for, Alberta and Manitoba. And I'm not quite sure. We don't have the confirmed result of the Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick game, but in that one it will be, I believe, Quebec awaiting the winner of that one as another goal, that time for number 15 of Nova Scotia, Ashlyn Garnett, getting goal number 2 in this one, the Dartmouth native from Nova Scotia. And she comes into the zone all alone and is able to rip a shot past Rebecca Bridges' glove side and makes this a 9-0 game. And that's just salt in the wound now for Northwest Territories.
Certainly is. Already up 8 and scores 1 with 18 seconds left. You'd think that maybe they would just kind of pass the puck around, just kind of kill off the remaining time here in this one. And I would assume that's what they're going to do here for the final 10 seconds.
In the preliminary round, maybe I would understand running up the score a little bit, but it's just a winner you go home kind of game, so the score really not a factor in this one as the final buzzer does end up going, and Nova Scotia will be heading on to the quarterfinal where they've been in the past number of years and number of games, and Northwest Territories, unfortunately, their bid to go to the quarterfinal will have to wait another 4 years.
Indeed, so that is going to do it for this one. Nova Scotia ends up winning that one 9-0, so Nova Scotia moving on. And tomorrow we will get that game here down at the Centurion. Nova Scotia will be taking on British Columbia, and then the Northwest Territories will be taking on Newfoundland, a chance to finish in the top 10 for the first time in their history. And Nova Scotia going to look to try and get the upset over British Columbia.
Yeah, they played a really good hockey game in this one. A lot of speed coming from the Nova Scotia team. And a game where they certainly were favored as the team to win in this one. But it's so important to get that balanced scoring as we saw in this one, Mike. 8 different goal scorers. It was only number 15, Ashley Garnett, who got 2, and she had to wait till 59 minutes and 48 seconds into the game to get goal number 2 for her. And this one is going to be a great game for Nova Scotia to build off of heading into the game against British Columbia.
Certainly, coming off a 9-0 win for Nova Scotia. That's your final. That's going to do it for us here tonight. I'm Mike DiStefano, and for Zach DeWeerd, we'll catch you around tomorrow for the quarterfinals, into the middle rounds now, into the playoffs, and that will take place tomorrow. Thank you for listening here at the 2019 Canada Winter Games.